It's just the university system. This does not include the technical colleges, or does it? Okay, thank you.
Chairman Rice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to make sure I understand this. If a student goes for dual enrollment, this is the funding mechanism for the part of the dual enrollment that the colleges get. Is that right? Okay.
And the standards are fairly stringent for Excel students and dual enrollment. Any other questions, members of the committee? Certainly, Chairman Rogers.
Tracy, how many students are enrolled now in the Excel program? Do you have a number on that? $6,000. Okay, thank you.
That would also correlate to the number of awards in 13, which is about 9,000. 12.
So they apply to you first, right, before the money is granted, correct?
Yes, sir. It's a multi-point application process. They apply to us, and then the high school has to review it as well as the post-secondary institution. Everyone has to agree on the courses that the student wants to take.
Okay, thank you.
Trish, you guys are speaking to the mic. These are generally taped, so when you just Chairman Rice.
Just a clarifying question in terms of there's a lot of times we put caps on these types of things, either by the number of kids enrolled or by the dollar amount. I don't really know if in law there's any caps on these types of programs.
Historically itself has not been capped. Historically we have sought increasing the amended budget process to meet the need.
That's one of the reasons, Chairman, that I was asking about the overall cohort and the data. I mean, it's intuitive that this will be a savings overall to the Hope Scholarship in the end, and it's a very rigorous program. It's very competitive, and you have to have good grades. You have to be able to demonstrate you can do college level work as a high school student. I think it's, but personally, philosophically, I think it's a good thing to incentivize. But it'd be nice to know eventually what the data shows on the. But I'm very appreciative of the program and the support from Student Finance and the governor on it. Okay. Tracy, go ahead.
Thank you. The next item I'd like to call to your attention to is on page 5 and 6, and that's the North Georgia Ministry College Scholarship Program. You see an increase there of $72,700 to meet projected need for FY14. That reflects a couple of things going on at the campus. One is that the retention rate in the program is higher now than it has been historically, and two, that means that all of the slots at the school are full. You may remember they get 3 slots per congressional district for this program per year. So that's what we lose on the campus level, and that's preparing officers as well as the military. So that's what that number is all about. That covers full tuition as well as housing, uniforms, and any other cost of attendance for that particular student.
Any questions of that? Good news. Anything further?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. And the last presentation is Deputy Commissioner Gamage with the Technical College System. Good morning. Speak into the mic, please, Ms. Gamage. Oh, there you go. Just pull it down.
Standing in for Commissioner Jackson this morning, and he is out of town, and some of his regrets, and cannot be with you today. We have one item in the budget on page 6, on 4641, for a precision manufacturing program at Savannah Technical College. While I don't have specific details on this program, I will tell you that particularly in that area of the state, we have had numerous industry prospects that have expressed concern with our ability to train the workforce in the areas of advanced manufacturing operations. So I'm speculating that is to address this issue.
Sounds good. Any questions from members of the committee on the Savannah Tech? Okay. Before that, okay. Well, then let me open it up to any other questions of the commissioner. Chairman Battles.
I do have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know that there's a lot of needs within our technical college system, a tremendous amount. One being medical nurses training. Was that addressed at all in the process of ask for this year?
As far as our budget request, we don't ask for specific, there's really no mechanism for that. We ask for a general money through our enrollment-driven formula, but it was addressed in Governor Deal's budget through the strategic industry program. The health technologies were included in there, which means the student would be directed to those areas and the tuition would be fully funded.
Through the grant.
Okay. That that just clarified what I'd heard through that. Okay.
You got the
Thank you.
members of the committee. You'll see in the 15 recommendation from the governor's office 4 strategic industries that are being asked to be added to the original 3 that were in there.
Okay.
I mentioned them yesterday in the State of the State, along with several other things for the Hope Grant and for TCSG, the low interest loan program, and the new Zell Miller grant scholarship as well. So we'll get to those in significant depth, Chairman, in the 15
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
discussion. Chairman Rice.
Mr. Chairman, I was just looking at the teaching budget in the Regents section on line 40-18. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And we already talked about the ad for the square footage of $1 million. I was just wondering, from your perspective, I know Mr. Brown's gone, but if on the teaching, I wanted to know how close this is to the current formula in terms of what we're allocating here and what the formula calls for, as opposed to 2000. I think it's 15 when they implement the Complete College Georgia formula, which is kind of open at this point in time in terms of the factors that govern how much is allocated to the teaching budget, to the rest of the budget.
Good question. I'm not aware. I couldn't correlate the two right now, but let's pursue that in more depth, because you've been a part of that formula discussion for the last couple of years. It's dry stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's look into that. That's a good question. Any further questions from members of the committee, specifically to not only Ms. Gamage, but any of the others? Thank you very much. Excellent job. We'll tell the commissioner you stood in well for him. Members of the committee, any further questions on anything to do with either the 14 or 15 that we may be able to discuss? I appreciate everyone getting here, and I appreciate the turnout early on a Thursday morning. That's just shows a lot of commitment by these members to the higher education side of the equation here in Georgia. As I said, I suspect our instructions will be to meet at some time first of next week. The budget schedule being what it is, and expedited. Members of the public, that I assume that the 14 will be finished and across the street to the Senate. The Senate will. This is the only hearing that is not a joint hearing, actually, of the House and Senate. The Senate did not want to joint with us for some reason. I haven't had a chance to speak with Chairman Staten. It may hopefully it's just due to his own schedule, but. No, I didn't want any of the committee members to feel left out when all of the other subcommittees are meeting jointly with their Senate. It's probably your chairman and my years of Senate love that I've expressed for the other side of the Capitol. So if you get any pushback, just blame it on the chairman of your subcommittee, Chairman Staten. Yeah, he is a nice guy. He just didn't want to meet with us this morning. Yeah, there is that the senators don't get up too early. All right, members of the committee, if there are no more further questions, then we'll stand adjourned for today. Thank you very much.